We have over 1,368 in-game events confirmed for GTA 6. And you guys already know I got all the mysteries, Easter eggs that we can find, and I organized them into an iceberg. Now ignore how messy this is, there is a ton, but basically how this goes. So basically how this goes is number 1 is organized by all the basic ones. Number 2 is a little step up, you know, these are more precise mysteries we could come across. We still have a pretty solid idea of what these are going to be about. Number 3 are where we get into the more mystery kinds. We come across something weird in a forest and we have to go investigate ourselves. We don't know what's going to happen. Number 4, it gets kind of crazy. You know, we have some mansion mysteries, dancer, a haunted warehouse, cell tower recording calls where we assume that this is going to be a start of a more longer mystery with multiple parts to solve it. And number 5 is where just some crazy stuff happens. You know, we got skunk ape, forest figure, and some more. You guys know Rockstar always loves mysteries in their games, especially UFOs, aliens. Whether it's real, created by Rockstar, or the community just made it up and it turned into something bigger, like Bigfoot from GTA San Andreas, where, you know, now it became a real thing in GTA 5. So let's start from the top here. And the pink is Lucia only events you can come across with Lucia only, and the orange will be Jason only events. And remember, this can't change because this was all found in the leaked gameplay clips from 2022, which was actually recorded in 2021. So starting at the top here is Spiritual Journey Port Gellhorn. Now this is probably going to be something like the Epsilon program we already have in GTA 5. And my bet is it is going to be an Epsilon program. Returning, obviously, a huge mystery in GTA 5 with some funny missions and cutscenes. So it will be no surprise that the Epsilon program does make a reference in GTA 6. Number 2 is Dead Husband Disposal. Now this one is actually interesting. Lucia, assuming sometime after she gets out of prison, is going to be helping probably another woman help dispose of her dead husband. Next is a forest phone. This could be some kind of phone randomly placed in a forest that you have to pick up, maybe get a little mission, or maybe it's just a little Easter egg, you have to call a phone number or something. Interesting with that one. Next is very interesting. We have hidden tide objects. Now, this is somewhat confirming that there's going to be a tide change, which we don't really have in GTA 5. We have waves, yeah, but we don't have tide changing. So if this is correct, this means that these objects will appear as the tide lowers. So we have anchor, cannon, tank, and World War II plane. And that last one is a Jason only event. Next we have a Santera sacrifice. Another Jason only event. Probably could be some kind of sacrifice going on. You come across, maybe you have to stop them, get some good honor or bad honor, depending if you stop them or not. Again, the honor system coming back as I'm predicting. Of course, being Vice City, Miami, we have a Scarface crime scene, which we do have in Vice City, the OG game. We have a UFO only event for Jason. A mummified old lady, which could be just some little tiny cutscene you come across. A shark cage, and this is the last part of the little, before we get to the iceberg part, you know. We have so many of these. Now we go to the group number 2. We have beach possessions. I think this is going to be an event that happens throughout the whole game. You go to a beach at a certain time, you will come across some possessions. Possessed NPCs, animals, so on. We already have that in GTA Online. Maybe they were testing that out in GTA Online before GTA 6. We know Rockstar likes to do that. We have some Jason only events, abandoned boat, sand art, tires in the ocean, which is a reference to the Osborne Tiger Reef in Florida, which is also in GTA 5. We have a series of missing person posters and missing tourists, which, since this is in the in-game event list, I would say that we are going to be able to go and look out for these NPCs and help them in some way. So we have cave victims location, which is Jason only, closer, junkyard victim location, submerged car victim, trailer victim location, and trophy room. So a series of missing tourists, and there will probably even be more than this. It's just a tiny snippet we have. Which is crazy to say because we already have 1,000 in-game events confirmed so far. So imagine how much there will be when we actually get our hands on the game. A giant clam, who knows what this will be about? Jason, he just looks to have so much random funny events. Jason is going to be probably the Franklin of GTA 5 where he just gets some crazy stuff. You know, Franklin has that paparazzi mission. He comes across some crazy NPCs. It looks like Jason's going to be having the weird in-game events where it's like, what is going on? What did I just walk into? Whatever, I'm going with the flow, you know. It's going to be hilarious. And I feel like his personality fits that too, you know. We have a giant bird nest also. And unique tombstone. Going to group number 3. Now this is where stuff actually gets kind of more deeper. Actually, mystery and Easter egg section here. So the first one, lighthouse mystery. Now we actually do have somewhat of a lighthouse mystery in Vice City at the beach. You can find a secret golf cart there and a secret weapon there, but it is also said to be haunted. So I think this is going to be the same lighthouse at that main beach where we might have a mystery. We could actually go inside of it this time. Maybe it's another missing person or ghost mystery. But yeah, the lighthouse is going to be making a comeback in some way. We have a message in a bottle, UFO animal, and house pen. Now this is very, very similar to the Red Dead Redemption 2 UFO house we come across. I actually made a video on this back on my old channel when I was like 16 years old when the game came out, that you go into this house as Arthur and randomly at 3 a.m. a UFO will spawn above you. So yeah, you guys know Rockstar loves their UFOs, loves their alien Easter eggs. So you see why there's a lot of UFO themed events on this list. You have trains in the forest, which is going to be kind of creepy. Maybe there's a ghost train in the forest that you can hear, or it's just a train that fell off its tracks and got run down by a bunch of trees and such. The next one is a Sarah Space Launch Capsule, SERA, which looks to be a play on NASA. And this looks like it's going to be a series of events where one of their launches fails. So you see the failed space launch as Jason, and then engine debris falling from the sky, and then a minivan. But it looks like you're going to be able to go and collect these, and I assume you're going to come across a minivan as you are collecting these pieces. Probably going to be like the UFO pieces hunt we have a GTA 5, but you go around as Jason collecting all of these after the space launch fails, and you have to kind of evade these NASA minivans. So very cool actually right there, and probably could be unlocking a rare vehicle with that. You have a Bonnie and Clyde mystery, multiple locations, but the only location we have so far is Barn Find that is confirmed. We didn't see anything else, but we do know there's multiple locations. So this is kind of fitting with Jason and Lucy being kind of a Bonnie and Clyde couple. King Neptune, multiple locations again. The only location we know so far is Underwater Ruins. We have Big Cat Mansion and Big Cat Cage Roof. This, it has to be a play on Joe Exotic, guys. I am telling you, if you guys remember that from 2020, yeah, that was a crazy time. Definitely Rockstar could be making a big play on that because of course it is Florida also. And you guys remember around 2021 when this gameplay leak actually came out, we got the Cayo Perico DLC, which did introduce a tiger. So kind of connecting the dots right there. Going on to group number 4, cell tower recorded calls, which is probably going to be something we come across and we listen to some calls. Maybe we get some little Easter eggs in it or some mysteries, locations to go collect. We don't really know what's going on with that one. We have some dedicated mysteries now. We have a dancer mystery and dancer mystery stalker. So it looks like it's going to be a series of events with a dancer. One of the more interesting ones, haunted warehouse and warehouse set robots. Now this one very popular, the warehouse robots, but I think it's actually a connection to the haunted warehouse because they're almost right under each other in the gameplay leaks we saw. So they have to be connected, and it does make sense. Maybe you come across a warehouse somewhere in the forest or in the more warehouse side of town, and you go and you hear some strange noises, you see some strange stuff. And then you come across a room with a bunch of robots inside of it. Guys, you already know what is going to happen. This is going to be a crazy event with the warehouse. And going on to number 5, and this is where stuff gets crazy. You have some monster men. You have some monsters, some other Easter eggs returning from other past games too. So the first one I want to point out is the forest figure. Only as Jason you will come across this. And we actually have multiple missions for this forest figure. So going back to the GTA 6 document over here, we have the forest figure right here and interesting events as they point out, but what many people don't connect is the farm monster man we have, which I put at the very end. So we're going to come across to that in 1 second, but I think those are connected in a huge way. We also have a mineshaft discovery, so it could be pretty similar to the GTA 5 mineshaft, I think, where you come across to this mineshaft. This could be a mystery you have to solve. Remember, GTA 5, you have the mystery with the LA Noir NPC inside of it that when you solve, you can unlock a secret camera filter. Yeah, that's all. But looks like we're going to have another mineshaft to discover. Again, another monster, a skunk ape. Yeah, this stuff is kind of crazy. We don't know what's going to happen with this, but a skunk ape in GTA 6. A lot of people would think you're lying if we didn't get all of this confirmed. Imagine you're the first person to discover this and everyone doesn't believe you because it's so crazy. You know, that's what's going to happen, but we know these are confirmed. That's why I put a massive spoiler alert in the front of this video because this is just some crazy stuff. Next up, rat infestation. Now this one, people probably wouldn't think it's anything too much, you know? But then, you gotta remember, we also have voice in the storm drain. Now this, people are saying it's an "it" reference. And yeah, that's likely. That is very possible that it's just a little reference with a, hey, come down the storm drain, buddy. Yeah. But you guys have to remember, Ratman, the whole mystery of Ratman, made a whole dedicated video on my channel about even solving that mystery with everything we know so far. In GTA 4, we had the Ratman mystery. It was never actually confirmed. We had a lot of strange blah on walls, rat noises, strange NPCs that will spawn in the subway system. But in GTA 5, we got even more. Of course, we got rats, but in the tunnels, there is a certain spot you can go to that actually has a rat noise that happens at a very specific spot once you walk up to it. There's like a line. Once you cross that line, you hear the rat noises and a laugh and rat footsteps. This is the only place in the whole game you can hear this laugh. So this is intentionally added by Rockstar here. Let's take a slow walk. Turn your audio up. I'll stay quiet for a second and listen to this. Did you hear that? That was a laugh. You guys heard that laugh? It was kind of like Seth Rogen a little bit, but you guys heard that 100%. And that only happens right here at this dead end in this tunnel. And I think they're going to take it a whole step up in GTA 6 with this voice in the storm drain. I think it's going to be a voice, not an "it" reference, but a Ratman reference. I think we're going to have more Easter eggs than ever about Ratman because it's been such a huge thing. And if I'm being honest, it might be even bigger than the OG Bigfoot Easter eggs from GTA San Andreas and GTA 5. I think now it's going to be Ratman's turn. And then at the very bottom of the iceberg, very bottom, our biggest mystery we have confirmed so far, the farm monster man. And I think this is connected to the forest figure. So as Jason, again, they're both Jason events too. The forest figure only as Jason, the farm monster man, only the first visit is for Jason only. So we have the farm monster man first visit, which is probably going to be a little introduction. You come across him in the forest. Maybe even it's the same warehouse as a warehouse, haunted warehouse. But you come across this guy in the forest. You can't really see him. He stays in the shadows, but he has a weird voice, you know. But he sends you out to do a few little side missions. So number 2 is Farm Monster Man chemicals request. So he requests some chemicals from Jason. So you have to go out collect them, and then come back, deliver it to him. The third cutscene is Farm Monster Man Chemicals delivery. And then right after that, number 4, Farm Monster Man transform. What is this guy transforming into? This has to be something crazy. We're gonna see this mysterious figure in the woods transform into something. I don't know if this is gonna be some kind of random boss fight. I don't know if he's just gonna transform into a huge monster and run off, and then we can find him after the cutscene randomly. But this is massive. I don't see many people talk about this one. Everyone's talking about the warehouse and the UFOs. No one's talking about the Farm Monster Man. I wanted to point this out, put that at the very bottom, because I think this is the biggest mystery we have so far. We have a whole series of missions with him, cutscenes with him. It's going to be a big part of the storyline, I think. But that's all of the creepy events I wanted to showcase in this video. I know I'm not the first person to put this in iceberg. I was mainly going to just make a video on this little area of the GTA 6 document, but I thought this was a much better way to organize it. I organized it all by relevancy, so hopefully I did that right. Let me know if you guys agree with the order I put these in, if you would change anything. Also, if I missed anything, you guys might have saw something in the trailers that I didn't mention in this video. But yeah, some of these very creepy, very funny, and Rat Man coming back, I think that's going to be a huge thing. You guys know I'll already be making videos on all of these. So if you guys liked this video, if you guys made it this far, probably means you liked it. So leave a like and subscribe to see what video I make next. Y'all come back now you're here.